province sets aside nearly $1 billion to market petroleum.
It's probably just about a proponent for the pipeline to the Northwest Coast.
Is it really just a fund to lure and protect a private investor?
So basically, this is a fever dream, and I just hope it doesn't cost Albertans a ton of money.
Plus, an Alberta separatist group holds a petition signing event in Calgary.
We're well on our way to the 1 million signature goal.
Angry Albertans line up to vent their frustration.
And this is what happens when a centralized government doesn't listen to the people.
And terrifying moments at a Canmore pool.
When everyone was running out, I thought one of mine had drowned because I couldn't get in, and everyone's just screaming, "Get out."
Nearly a dozen children get sick. Was it high levels of chlorine or something else?
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Tara Nelson.
Hello and thank you for joining us. The Alberta government is planning to collect oil sands royalties by taking bitumen instead of cash so it can help bring the bitumen to market. And it is authorizing up to $900 million in borrowing to that end. But industry insiders say the province might use that money to attract an oil pipeline proponent, with taxpayers picking up the tab for any failed projects. Kevin Green reports.
Energy economists say a recent order in council that allows the province to collect royalties in actual barrels of oil instead of cash also gives the province the ability to borrow $900 million tax dollars to spend on marketing. But they also say it opens the door to backstopping private companies in a pipeline bid.
It says $900 million for hydrocarbon marketing activities, which implies doing what we just talked about. But it also allows for the purchase of shares, making loans, doing joint ventures, providing loan guarantees, or setting up subsidiary corporations.
Richard Messon was once the CEO of the Alberta Petroleum Marketing Agency. He says selling royalty barrels alone would not require anywhere near that level of borrowing authority. Instead, he says the borrowing authority lines up with what would be needed if the province were stepping in to reduce the financial risk for a pipeline company.
If there's no private sector proponent for a pipeline, and APMC is now going to step in and be the loan guarantor for the pipeline.
Messon says the upside could be better marketing access and stronger royalties, but the downside is a significant loss for taxpayers if a project fails. But Alberta's Minister of Energy says the close to $1 billion line of credit is simply for marketing the province's oil, not building or backing a pipeline.
This money is not used to secure any corporate loans or anything else. It is simply used as an overdraft to make sure that we are able to go into the business of selling products that producers give us to sell.
NDP leader Naheed Nenshi doesn't buy it and says the government is putting taxpayer money at risk.
The problem we have is this government has never shown any evidence of being competent or sophisticated or thoughtful when it starts messing around in the private sector, which they are now doing.
The Canadian Taxpayers Federation says even if the $900 million in potential debt is just to help sell Alberta bitumen, it's a price too high to pay.
$900 million, right, of taxpayer money being put on the line by the government. That's a huge amount of money, and it's not, taxpayers shouldn't be propping up the government spending on this marketing, right?
Kevin joins us now. Kevin, let's be clear. Despite the province and the feds reaching a deal, there still is not a private proponent for this West Coast pipeline.
No, Tara, and Richard Messon says it's unlikely one will come forward without some sort of government guarantee or backstop. He points to the massive cost overruns on the Trans Mountain pipeline and the $600 million Enbridge lost on the Northern Gateway as reasons for that. Under the Memorandum of Understanding, a private sector proponent must come forward by July 1st for it to proceed. Tara?
Okay, Kevin, thank you. An Alberta separatist group is holding a petition signing event in Calgary. Hundreds lined up before the doors opened at the Big Four this morning. The question being asked is, do you agree that the province of Alberta should cease to be a part of Canada to become an independent state? Tyson Fedor is outside the Big Four Roadhouse tonight. Tyson, these Albertans feel the relationship with Ottawa is broken.
Tara, and they say it cannot be fixed either. Albertans have been lining up here at the Big Four Roadhouse. We just got in here minutes ago as a rally's planned for this evening, but they've been lining up since about 11 o'clock this morning, coming in to sign that petition. Organizers telling me just minutes ago about 650 people were lined up here before 11 a.m. this morning. Organizers need about 177,000 signatures for this petition to be successful. If that's the case, we could see a referendum posed to Albertans this fall. Now, you can also sign the petition here until 7 o'clock this evening. That, of course, is when that rally will kick off behind me at the top of the hour. A steady stream of people braved chilly temperatures Monday to stamp their approval for separation from Canada.
We like Canada, we love Canada, but we are unsatisfied with the situation, with the policies.
We want independence from the rest of the Canada. I mean, everybody here probably loves the country, but this is what we're forced into.
Many here are frustrated. They want Alberta to be seen on a global stage. They believe the federal Liberal government failed Alberta for too long with anti-energy policies.
You can't just govern for two provinces, Ontario and Quebec. You have to listen to people in all of the country.
Alberta flags were visible. Some here want Alberta to be an independent country, opening up trade with the U.S., but not becoming a 51st state.
I don't think anybody in this lineup is interested in joining the U.S.
No. We're seeking a free and independent Alberta, and why the hell would we want to fight tooth and nail for a year and a half or 2 years to leave Canada in the clutches of the Canada Revenue Agency to put ourselves under the taxing jurisdiction of the U.S. Treasury?
Organizers with the Alberta Prosperity Project and Stay Free Alberta promise separation will lead to no income or carbon taxes, but that plan has not been rolled out.
I've made it very clear what my position is. It was my first bill, Alberta sovereignty within a united Canada. I want a new relationship with Ottawa.
If she continues with that, that's a real dereliction of leadership. You're talking about a referendum to break up the country, and you won't say what side you're on as a premier?
While Alberta's NDP caucus pledged Monday to always remain a part of Canada, denouncing separation.
Separatism is also a national security threat. It makes Albertans more vulnerable in intensely fragile times.
Tyson Fedor, CTV News, Calgary.
The petition is active at signing locations across the province. All signatures must be collected by May 2nd. A social media post by country music star Paul Brandt appears to tease his support for the Alberta separatist movement. Shows him walking down a highway with lyrics to his iconic 2004 tune Alberta Bound superimposed over the photo. In bold letters, Brandt highlighted the lyric, "I've got independence in my veins." We asked Brandt whether this signals support for the separatist movement. His publicist referred us to another post Brandt made today where he says he wishes people cared more about child sexual exploitation than a song lyric. He didn't actually clarify his view on separation. Brandt is the founder of Not in My City, a group dedicated to ending human trafficking. It was supposed to be a fun weekend away in Canmore for some young hockey players and their parents, but the tournament was quickly abandoned for some of the kids when they fell ill at a hotel pool and ended up at the hospital. A day later, it is still unclear what actually made them sick. Tyler Barrow has more.
I just thought I had to worry about drowning. I didn't think that they were going to be poisoned in a pool.
Melissa Earle is having a hard time comprehending how two of her children ended up in the hospital on Sunday. They were in town for a U7 hockey tournament when her husband was with them in this pool at the Canmore Inn and Suites. Earle was about to join them.
Two kids came out and they looked like they had taken in a bunch of water, so I was checking on them. And then everyone just started running out of the pool. I was trying to get in, but I couldn't because everyone was running out. And then I heard people screaming, "Get out, get out." And all these kids come running out and they're puking everywhere.
She found her family and another mom was calling an ambulance. Emergency health services put mass casualty plans in place. Instead, 9 children were checked at the scene while their families told to head to Canmore General Hospital for further assessment. One child was taken by ambulance in serious but stable condition. And one other child was transferred to the Alberta Children's Hospital.
They ended up taking everyone into this room and checking oxygen levels and stuff.
The family's hospital discharge paper says poisoning was caused by cyanide. Cyanuric acid, which is a different compound, is sometimes used in pools as a chlorine buffer. Canmore Fire said its initial air monitoring detected an elevated level of a hazardous substance, which was suspected to be chlorine-based. In a statement, the hotel says there is no evidence to support claims about cyanide, adding so far testing has not identified any indication of deliberate contamination. Still, parents want to know how this could happen.
You have a tournament of 6-year-olds coming to stay, and there's kids everywhere. Like, you should make sure your pool's okay.
Tyler Barrow, CTV News, Canmore.
Police are investigating a shooting in the northeast community of Redstone. Police say someone fired several shots into a home on Redstone Commons Saturday night. No one was home, and the offenders took off before officers got there. Investigators say it was a targeted shooting. They're trying to determine if it's connected to an ongoing series of extortions targeting members of Calgary's South Asian community. A man accused of abducting his son and fleeing to several countries over the course of 2 years has been denied bail. A judge found that 62-year-old Mohammed Zia-ur-Rahman represents a flight risk. Rahman is accused of taking his 5-year-old son in December of 2023 without permission on a trip to Montreal before flying to Turkey. Police say Rahman cut off all contact with the boy's mother as he and his son then traveled to several other countries before being arrested in Mauritius. Court also heard Rahman owes Alberta Health $1.6 million. He will be back in court on February 2nd.
You're watching CTV News, Calgary.
The transformation of Calgary's East Village continues with a handful of new developments set to take shape. 2026 will be the busiest year for projects in that area and in nearby areas in the southeast. Jordan Canagan is in the East Village with more tonight. So Jordan, that's one of several sites that will soon be redeveloped.
And Tara, it's a parking lot right now, right at the corner basically of Confluence Way and 6th Street Southeast, but it will be developed into a hotel. And there are 4 more major projects recently announced in the East Village. So it will be busier. It'll be even busier when you consider construction that is already planned or underway nearby in Victoria Park and downtown. After a years-long slowdown, a construction boom is set to return to East Village.
This is the most development activity we've seen in East Village since the pandemic.
4 new residential projects and a hotel will move ahead in the area in 2026, starting with a 2-tower apartment complex right next to the Central Library.
We really look for amenities that we don't have to create within our property lines. And when you look around the East Village, it's got that in spades. If you think about shops, restaurants, and then all the natural amenities that are already here.
The 5 new projects will see several parking lots and vacant land developed into more than 600 housing units and 130 hotel rooms.
Calgary's tourism industry is booming, and there's a lot of opportunity there, and we need to be ready to welcome the world when they come visit, and we're hoping to play our part in that.
Nearby, work continues on the event center. The smaller rink will be called the Esso Community Arena and will be the first indoor public rink in the downtown area. The entertainment district in Victoria Park will also see access improvements for the new building.
This year, CMLC also is advancing a suite of district infrastructure projects along 14th Avenue, 5A Street, Flores Ladue Parade. And this will all support the seamless integration of Scotia Place into the Culture and Entertainment District and really making it a vibrant district experience for everyone.
Jordan Canagan, CTV News, Calgary.
The Calgary Municipal Land Corporation is also moving ahead with planning more housing on city-owned lots along the C-Train line. Park and ride stations at Anderson, Fish Creek, Lacombe and Dalhousie stations could be developed into affordable housing. Community engagement is just getting underway. Well, let's get a peek at the forecast. Danielle's here with us now. A warm-up is coming.
It sure is. We've been on that cooler side for a few days now, but in the sky right now, what's trying to organize itself is a nice little Chinook setup. And this is a long-term warm-up. For the rest of this week, our daytime highs will be above freezing. So lots of melting will be going on. -11 though right now with a wind chill of -17. And I want to make sure we don't get us ahead of ourselves here because we're still dealing with wind chill in the morning hours tomorrow. So about -9, -10 is what it will feel like when off to work and school. But then a high of +4, gusts around 30, 40 kilometers per hour. a nice day in store for us tomorrow. Your full forecast coming up, Tara.
Thank you, Danielle. It's a lot better here than it is down east. 1/2 meter of snow buried parts of Ontario. Quebec and the Maritimes are next. And a bigger GST credit aimed at helping with the cost of living. But how far will it stretch? That's just ahead. Members of Canada's Parliament are back at work after a 6-week holiday break, kicking off a new session with a plan to tackle food insecurity. The Prime Minister says he will counter the high cost of groceries with a GST rebate for some 12 million Canadians. Here's Jacqueline Wilson.
Prime Minister Mark Carney says he's making affordability his top priority, announcing changes to the GST credit on Monday.
These payments make up for the higher level of food prices since the pandemic.
Beginning this July, GST credit payments will rise by 25% for the next 5 years. But those struggling right now will be happy to hear there's a one-time top-up that'll bring this year's total for a family of 4 to nearly $1,900 and a single person to $950. For future years, that'll be $1,400 and $700 respectively. For some Calgarians leaving the grocery store, they say a little helps a lot.
Good, absolutely. You can't go wrong with that.
Well, that will help for a time. We'll have to keep on shopping and get all the deal you can get everywhere.
The changes will help about 12 million low-income Canadians, though it might not be enough to ease demand at the food bank, which currently supports a record 900 households daily.
And so certainly this quarterly payment that they'll receive with their GST rebate will be of some help. I don't know that it'll be enough help that we would see this population no longer relying on the food bank.
Another component to the announcement is a $20 million boost to Canadian food banks.
The reality is 20 million when it's spread that thin, and particularly with the increases in demand that we've all seen across the food banking network in our country, isn't going to go terribly far.
According to political scientist Lori Williams, affordability will be the key issue for the next election.
The question for Pierre Poilievre is to focus more on what's happening within Canada and convince Canadians that he's got a better plan for improving things. And Mark Carney's got to start to show results from all of these international overtures that he's making.
The campaign-style announcement had some wondering if Canadians could be heading to the polls this spring.
Of course we're not. We're not. We're focused on results for Canadians.
Carney's minority government will need opposition support to pass this bill before the benefit can become a reality. Jacqueline Wilson, CTV News, Calgary.
Calgary and Edmonton have become the epicenter for auto thefts. That's according to a new report. The Insurance Bureau of Canada says the rate of stolen vehicles is well above the historical average in Alberta, a trend that's impacting the insurance system. IBC says the cost of auto theft claims has increased by 73% in Calgary and 85% in Edmonton as a result. The report says the federal government's new Canadian motor vehicle safety regulation will make vehicles sold in Canada harder to steal. A big winter storm is now moving on to Quebec and the Maritime provinces. Schools are closed and flights are delayed or canceled. And in Ontario, people are digging out after more than 1/2 meter of snow fell, burying parts of Toronto. Here's CTV's John Venavelli-Rao.
In downtown Toronto, this was the scene many drivers woke up to, warned to stay off the streets. A directive that wasn't hard to follow because just getting to a main road required a lot of shoveling.
For Toronto, it's shocking, to be honest.
In a city once ridiculed for calling in the army to help clear snow, this was, by any standard, a lot to cope with, smashing records that go back more than 80 years.
It was crazy. We haven't had storms like that in a long time.
In some parts of downtown Toronto, 56 centimeters fell, with the city by far getting the worst of the snow, fueled by its proximity to Lake Ontario and the wind direction.
I don't think I've ever recalled a storm where the heaviest amount of snow was in Toronto when a storm hit the entire province, like from Windsor to Ottawa.
A storm that closed schools with kids getting a snow day and residents asked to stay home if they could. In Kitchener, so much snow was piled up on the side of an overpass. It acted like a ramp, which a pair of cars hit and launched over, one of them flipping and landing on the ground below, killing the driver. At Pearson Airport, where they also got walloped by record snow, airlines were in recovery mode after hundreds of flights were canceled on Sunday, and there were plenty more delays today.
I understand it's the weather, and safety comes first.
A storm that moved into Quebec and onto the Maritimes, where as much as 40 centimeters of snow is expected to fall in Nova Scotia by Tuesday. And in many parts of the Maritimes, schools were also closed. At Halifax's airport, dozens of flights were canceled. As for Toronto, this is now the snowiest January on record, triple the average amount, and there's still 5 days left in the month. John Benavelli-Rouse, CTV News, Toronto.
In the U.S. now, not as much snow, but unusually harsh winter conditions for millions of people.
We won't have power for a while.
More than 800,000 people are facing power outages today, mostly in southern states that were hit with 30 centimeters of snow. The bitter cold hit parts of Minnesota Sunday, with temperatures getting down to minus 40 Celsius. Mississippi deployed a record-breaking 750,000 liters of ice-melting chemicals to treat slippery roads. 13 deaths were reported, with incidents that included 2 sledding accidents and a snowplow hitting 2 pedestrians. Let's bring Danielle in now. We can consider ourselves very lucky. We had some cold on the weekend, but certainly no storm like that.
And not record-breaking cold, no record-breaking snowfall here. In fact, we're looking at a dry week, a warm week, and pretty tame weather. And even with the Chinook that is just getting itself organized right now, we're not looking at excessive wind gusts for tomorrow with it either. So pretty quiet in this longer-range forecast. Now, we did have gusts closer to 90 kilometers per hour in the Pincher Creek area today. Not all out of the west, but it is starting to organize itself. West in Lethbridge at 50 kilometers per hour, but that was earlier in the day, and then we shifted and winds were gusting out of the east. And for Calgary, around 30 kilometer per hour gusts. Tomorrow, we're looking at about 40 kilometer per hour gusts, 30 to 40 for Calgary, 40 to 50 for Lethbridge tomorrow, and down to about 60 in the Pincher Creek area. Outside of that, we're not looking at very gusty conditions. So tame, relatively tame winds for tomorrow. And you know that it has been gusty in Pincher Creek, and check that out. You can see the temperatures really reflecting that. So at the freezing mark here, but still cold everywhere else. This is just starting to get going here. Minus 17 is what it feels like in Lethbridge and Calgary. Minus 16 in Claresholm, minus 18 in Medicine Hat, Drumheller, feeling closer to minus 14 right now with that wind chill. We're still going to be dealing with wind chill for the morning hours in most communities, Calgary included in that. And then we're going to start to warm up above freezing. We did have some snowfall east of the QE2 that has since died out. There's still a little bit of snowfall around the Pincher Creek area, and this really continuing on and off until about 9:30 tonight, as I can show you in the timestamp here. So by 9:30, still some isolated flurries. This is nothing significant and not long lasting at all and very isolated, but that's the potential. Other than that, we're just looking at cloud cover that will clear out tomorrow. So mainly sunny skies in all communities in southern Alberta for tomorrow, especially by the afternoon hours. And then on Wednesday, small chance of some very light and brief precipitation. I say precip because you can see in the green here, that's rainfall. And then in the pink, that's suggesting a little bit of freezing rain. So around the noon hour on Wednesday, Calgary down the Highway 2 over to Lethbridge, that's a possibility. Again, nothing significant, but you may see a little bit of that. And then by the supper hours on Wednesday, that will push into the Medicine Hat area. And because by that point, it will be a little cooler, there will likely be some snowflakes mixed in with that as well. All right, your Action Furnace 5-day forecast, 4 degrees for tomorrow in Calgary with gusts around 30-40 kilometers per hour. Then 3 for Wednesday with that small chance of noon precipitation. 6 by Thursday, and then the higher single digits for Friday and Saturday. Tara?
Thanks, Danielle. City police are appealing to the public for help to try and locate a missing 13-year-old boy last seen downtown nearly a month ago. Police say Kenosis was last seen December 28th at the Central Library. While investigators do not suspect foul play, they do believe the teen has since traveled to Edmonton, Fort Chipewyan, Fort McMurray, and could now be back in Calgary. If you have any information on the boy's whereabouts, you are asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. Still to come, Alberta-based soldiers on Arctic patrol. We have details on a training mission to defend Canada's far north and why the timing is so important. And a former Canadian Olympian was in a U.S. courtroom today, now charged with murder and drug trafficking. Stay with us. A memorial continues to grow where Minneapolis ER nurse Alex Preddy was shot to death by ICE agents on the weekend.
We all need to help all these people in Minneapolis stand up to this craziness.
The site is full of flowers and tributes. Tensions are high in Minneapolis with conflicting narratives about the incident. Preddy was filming ICE agents and helping a woman who was pushed before both were pepper sprayed and then Preddy was shot. Preddy had a handgun but was not visibly holding it. Meanwhile, some ICE agents are expected to leave Minneapolis as soon as tomorrow. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is looking to Vancouver billionaire Jim Pattison in its attempt to purchase a new building south of the border. The building, located in Virginia, would be purchased by the government to use as an ice processing facility. Records show Jim Pattison Developments bought the building for just over $10 million in Canadian dollars in 2022. It's now valued closer to 69 million Canadian. People against the move are calling for boycotts against Pattison-owned businesses in Canada. Former Canadian Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding pleaded not guilty to drug and murder charges. The 44-year-old was arrested last week in Mexico, where federal authorities said he spent years operating a billion-dollar drug trafficking organization. He's accused of moving cocaine from Colombia to Canada and the U.S. In Canada, Wedding faces separate drug charges dating back to 2015. Canadian military helicopters at CFB Edmonton will be taking part in a month-long training exercise in the Arctic. CTV's Miriam Valdez-Carletti has the details.
These CH-146 Griffins are gearing up for Exercise Striking Bat, heading north to Fort Wainwright, Alaska.
Exercise Striking Bat is our opportunity to go up north and work in the Arctic and really look to validate our crew's ability to work in the Arctic, subarctic environment.
The month-long mission is to help military personnel prepare for operations in the area. It will also involve U.S. aviation members and soldiers from Norway, Italy, and Mongolia.
We'll be doing the typical helicopter things with them, moving them around, providing support from the air, that sort of thing.
6 of these Griffin helicopters will be flying to the Arctic and making 5 stops along the way. The mission involves around 90 air crew and support staff, all crucial to the exercise.
It does demonstrate sovereignty and our resolve to other neighbors like Russia and China.
This exercise has been planned for over a year, despite U.S. President Donald Trump's comments about Greenland and NATO's help in Afghanistan after 9/11. CTV's military analyst says Canada and U.S. military relationships are strong, but Canada needs to do more on its own.
Given everything that's going on in the world politically, Edmonton and Cold Lake will even take on increased importance as projecting our capability to assert our sovereignty in the north.
Having a base like Edmonton and Wainwright, Cold Lake, and Suffield, these are just absolutely critical training areas for our preparedness and our ability to support anywhere in the world at any time.
Edmontonians might notice low-level flights over the next 2 days as the remaining helicopters head north. Miriam Valdez-Carletti, CTV News, Edmonton.
Sometimes the secret to cutting out all the noise is just changing the noise. These people looking to relax immerse themselves in a sound bath. We'll take you too after a quick break. A relaxation technique is helping some people stay grounded. It's a form of bathing, but there's no water involved. CTV's Connor Hogg explains.
We live in a society of people that are perpetually living on fumes. And I think, we can do that short term, but long term, it's just not feasible.
Desiree Van Domslaar says that between business clients and family, she needed something to help her take a break from the stresses of daily life.
Beginning to tune into that aspect of yourself that senses and feels.
She found sound bathing, no water involved, with an immersion into a soundscape created by former jazz pianist Marcus Fung.
It was so complex and so many notes and there were so many things and music became stressful for me, and I kind of had my own personal recovery by playing the singing bowls, which was like, I'm just playing one note and it's gonna play for 3 minutes.
Fung's interest in sound bathing grew from there, incorporating more notes, as well as different kinds of singing bowls, in addition to rain sticks, ocean drums, and a gong.
Brings me into this way better place that's just so much more grounded and centered.
Fung says his job is similar to a DJ's, balancing different tones together to create the desired effect.
Sound at the most intimate or kind of innate and primal level.
This actually allows me to just forget about everything, relax completely, and then therefore my whole body gets to enjoy just the frequency and vibration that makes me feel better.
Fung says the experiences of the participants, whether they're anxious, happy, frustrated, or grateful, factor into his responses as he picks which notes to play.
People refer to it as like a reset. Does that make sense?
Just a bunch of people laying down with blankets and pillows.
A break from the world of clicking and swiping for something a little more restful.
Well, we're going to close our session today.
Connor Hogg, CTV News, Edmonton.
Surely people must fall asleep in there, don't you think? Here's a heavy blanket and a pillow. We're going to play some soft music.
I don't know if I could. I'm not sure.
Really? Okay.
Well, maybe I'll have to try. Huh?
Well, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but I'm not so sure. This is Steph Furry. This cute corgi started out playing with a balloon, but he was so good, then that led him sinking every basket. He's now famous. He's gone on to help with gender reveals and predict Super Bowl winners. He even showed off his talent on Jimmy Kimmel. Forget Air Bud.
What NBA team signing him up?
Wow. Impressive. Have you ever tried something and thought, ooh, I nailed that, and then you watch it back and you realize maybe I didn't nail that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he thought that was way more impressive when he did it, and it looked really good. And then he's going to watch that video back and go, I didn't actually jump that high, did I?
And he was like, look at me, man. I nailed that.
Pointing and so proud. And
I got air.
I think that's the time when you don't show your friend the video after.
Yeah, just
video lives.
Live in your own
Video
brain.
lives forever.
Well, police responded recently to what they assumed was a bank heist in New York State. They were surprised to learn the culprit inside was, in their words, a buck looking for some bucks. This video was shared by the Suffolk County Police Department. Yeah, the officers encountered a full-sized male deer. It had crashed through the window, and then it became trapped in the bank. It wanted out badly. They were able to corner it and corral it outside. It was directed back out the window. It was fine. It galloped off. No injuries. Panicked. They were all probably a little panicked, trapped in there.
Yeah. One of the worst heists I've ever seen.
Exactly.
Right?
Nothing stolen, a lot of damage, big cleanup. Everyone's okay. Some changes are coming for loyalty rewards programs. We have details on the new Blue Rewards coming up in our business report.
Here's your Skywatch weather camera, and while we're a little on the chilly side right now, that's about to shift and change for the rest of the week. We'll get above freezing every day this week. So a big warming trend is set to begin. We're just going to have to prepare for still a cold morning tomorrow for most communities. -11 currently. We did get to a high of -7 today. Normal is -2, so we'll be above normal for the next 5 days at least. All right, so it's already starting to kick in somewhat. The winds are back and forth. We need that consistent wind out of the west. But we got to the freezing mark in Pincher Creek, where we're sitting right now. -17 is what it feels like in Calgary, though, at the moment, with wind chill, and Lethbridge as well, -18 in Medicine Hat. We did have some snowfall east of the QE2. That has since died out, and this is starting to break down as well, but still some isolated flurries closer to the Pincher Creek area for the next hour or so. No real accumulation. You just may see a couple snowflakes. All right, your 24-hour forecast brought to you by Action Furnace. Fixed Rider, it's free. And went off to work and school tomorrow morning, -9 wind chill. So a chilly start, but then we should get up to +4 in the afternoon. This comes with gusts around 30 to 40 kilometers per hour and a good chunk of sunshine tomorrow. All right, Kelowna, Salmon Arm 2 degrees for tomorrow. Edmonton -6, Red Deer -3, Coronation -9. It's going to take a little time for the warm air to creep its way into the eastern part of the province. 4 degrees for Calgary and High River and Lethbridge, and -2 for Medicine Hat. Gusts around 60 kilometers per hour tomorrow for Pincher Creek. Tara?
Thank you, Danielle. The provincial government says a new order in council allowing up to $900 million in borrowing is simply an overdraft to help sell bitumen. But industry experts and critics are raising concerns, saying that level of authority is not needed to sell royalty barrels. Hundreds of people lined up at Stampede Park today to sign an Alberta independence petition. A rally at the Big Four building begins at 7 o'clock. And 30 children got sick at a Canmore hospital pool yesterday. 12 kids were sent to hospital. The investigation continues into which chemicals may have caused the illness. A one-woman sit-in continues outside the U.S. consulate in Calgary to draw attention to the Iranian government's deadly crackdown on protests.
Trump acts now! Trump acts now!
It's day 6 of Bahari's protest. She was recently joined by about a dozen supporters calling on U.S. President Donald Trump to keep a promise to take action against Iran. Activists say about 6,000 people have been killed in a crackdown on protests against soaring prices and restrictions on freedoms. The Iranian government says the death toll is lower at about 3,100.
I'm doing this for the children who were killed in Iran. I'm doing this for the pregnant woman who was shot in Iran and killed. I'm doing this for the 3-year-old baby that's been shot in the head and killed.
A U.S. aircraft carrier has now arrived in the region. BMO is replacing the Air Miles Rewards program. BNN Bloomberg's Marilla Fernandez now with what comes next.
A new program called Blue Rewards will launch in the summer. If you have an Air Miles card, hang on to it. You can still use it, but the miles you collect will automatically convert to Blue Points. Blue Rewards will use the Expedia platform for bookings. Today, Shell Canada announced it's ending its partnership with Air Miles and moving to Scene, which is owned by Scotiabank. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up. West Texas Intermediate is down to 60.63. Western Canadian Select up $1.59 to 45.47. And the TSX lost 51 points today. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
A recall of select Pizza Pops products that was announced before Christmas has now been expanded. The Canadian Food Inspection Agency says numerous types of Pizza Pops have been added to the recall, including 3 cheese, deluxe pepperoni, and pepperoni and bacon. The warning is again for possible E. coli contamination. Several people were hospitalized in 7 provinces in December. Recall products should be thrown out or returned to the store. A complete list of affected products can be found on the government website. A new eye-catching display in South Centre Mall is aimed at matching more Big Brothers Big Sisters mentors with young people. The new campaign is called 94 Doors, inspired by the year the organization was founded, 1994. There's an Instagram photo-friendly installation in the mall to encourage donations. The group is looking for 94 donors to contribute $5,000 each, the cost of funding 1 full mentoring match.
This is a way to make the unseen seen, and if we can crack open that door to opportunity for 94 more kids, that's half our wait list that's taken care of through a mentoring relationship right now.
We were kind of looking for a volunteer opportunity to give back somewhere in the city, and we kind of trialed a few different organizations, but we felt this one kind of gave us the opportunity to use our existing skills.
And we just found that this was very impactful, the amount of time that we spend with our mentee and the amount of just fun that we have.
Nearly 200 local young people are waiting to be matched with a mentor. Scotties are underway in Ontario. 2 Alberta rinks are in action. Glenn has the highlights for us next. The 2026 Super Bowl matchup is set. The New England Patriots will take on the Seattle Seahawks February 8th from Santa Clara, California. The Patriots scored their Super Bowl ticket with a 10-7 victory over the Denver Broncos. Seattle held off the LA Rams 31-27. The Seahawks will try to avenge their 2015 Super Bowl loss to the Patriots and capture their second ever title. The Scotties Tournament of Hearts is underway in Mississauga, Ontario right now. Glenn is back with us. And Glenn, the defending champs are not even there.
I'll tell you, Rachel Holman and her rink, they're busy getting ready for the Olympics. So it's a wide open field. 2 Alberta rinks are competing. Kayla Skurlik of the Garrison Club and Selena Sturmey from Edmonton. Skurlik in action this afternoon against Nunavut. We were going to pick this one up in the 4th. And Skurlik leading 2-1, chance to add to it. Easy draw for 2 more. She's on target. Alberta, a commanding 4-1 lead. 5th, and now Julia Weigel and her Nunavut rink with a chance for the run back double, but she's going to take out her own rock, so it's still a 1 for Alberta. 5-1 after 5 ends. Skurlik goes on to win this one 9-2, so she improves to 2-1 at the Scotties. Sturmey had the afternoon off. Meanwhile, the men's Olympic curling team will be on their way to Italy very soon. They spoke to the media via Zoom today.
Have you got this now?
Oh, come on. Have you got this? Oh, and he moved it.
The Canadian men's curling team brings a wealth of Olympic experience into the Winter Games. Skip Brad Jacobs won the gold medal at the 2014 Games in Sochi, and he's confident about this group heading into Milano Cortina.
Yeah, I'm just excited to get going with the guys. There's absolutely zero point in looking too far ahead. It's all about being present, staying in the moment, and the cliche thing is making one shot at a time. And I know that this team is capable of stringing together all of the shots needed to win an Olympic gold medal.
Vice skip Mark Kennedy has 2 Olympic medals. He won gold with Ben Hebert at the 2014 Games in Vancouver and also won bronze with second Brett Gallant at the last Winter Olympic Games in Beijing. He says these games will be a little different because athletes from different sports will be so spread out. But that may be an advantage for the veteran Canadian rink.
Having been there before, I think we're okay with knowing we're a little bit separated from everybody and that we just have a job to do, and that's to go and compete and play well and, really focus more on the curling as opposed to all the other distractions that come with an Olympic Games.
This will be Hebert's 3rd Winter Olympics, and the 42-year-old knows there's a chance it may be his last.
So, we've been around a long time, a lot of veteran leadership on this team, and, played in every event, seems like 100 times, except for this one, right? Only the 3rd time for us. So, don't take it for granted. Really excited, and there's not too many things that, get the old butterflies and nerves going these days for me in curling, but this is one of them, and really stoked to go with the guys.
Dave Dickinson of the Calgary Stampeders continue to take care of their own business. The Stamps bringing back one of their top defensive players from last year. Sam linebacker Derek Moncrief has agreed to terms on a new contract. Moncrief was a leader on and off the field for the Stamps last year. He was voted by his teammates as the winner of the President's Ring for excellence on and off the field. Good football player and a good signing for the Stamps.
Awesome. Thank you, Glenn. Well, our final peek of the forecast, which is way better than what they're getting out east right now.
Right? That's over 50 centimeters of snow is astounding. Let me show you a video. This is my little brother who lives in Toronto.
Wow.
Now, sometimes they laugh at us for our weather, but now, yeah.
You're getting the last laugh now, Danielle.
I am. Yeah, he's still digging out. So, yeah, that was quite a lot of snow in one day, thanks to lake effect snow. Completely different story here. We do need the moisture. 56 centimeters of snow would be a little excessive for us, but we have warm weather in our forecast, so it's going to be like spring here. First, before we get to the forecast, Elaine Barnes sent this one in. What a stunning shot. She says, not altered at all. This was taken in Fish Creek Park.
That's gorgeous.
Right? Almost looks like out of a movie or something. Weather Window brought to you by Lux Windows and Doors, crafting quality windows and doors for your style, budget, Alberta's climate. Now check this out. We don't have 56 centimeters of snow. In fact, we have spring-like temperatures. 4 degrees is our high for tomorrow with gusts around 30 to 40 kilometers per hour. Small chance of a little bit of precipitation Wednesday early afternoon with a high of 3. And then by Friday and Saturday, as you can see, our daytime highs get into those higher single digits. And after that, we might even be in the double digits.
Can't beat that. Thanks, Danielle. And thanks for your company tonight. Have a terrific evening. We'll see you again tomorrow.